Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today is Monday in your world. It's Friday night in my world. I tried to record this video when it was still daylight and that did not happen. So, welcome to my world. It's full of wild and crazy adventures. Alright, I just got back from Joann's, as my son likes to call it. There will be a Joann's video later this week. And yeah, I got my new glasses. I wanted to show you. They're super cute. I can't see real well while I'm filming though, because these are readers, because my regular vision has improved enough that, I mean, if I get real close to you I can see crystal clear, but no. This is for up close vision. But what do you think of my new glasses? Aren't they cute? They're purple. I don't know if they're in here. I ordered some other readers. These are like prescription readers though, so one eye is stronger than the other. Yeah, it's not in here. I ordered some other just basic readers, and they are pink and green, and they're super cute. But since I'm not reading anything or looking at anything, I don't actually need these on right now. I'm just showing you what we made because it's Monday. So on Monday, I show you my makes for the past 7 days, give or take. And this is about the past 7 days. I am working on a whip in the other room, but I'm not going to show you because I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not enjoying working on it. I'm going to muscle through and finish it because it is... I'm making it from the good yarn, and it's yarn that was sent to me, and it's yarn from the UK, and it's... I just heard a car door rather loudly. I thought maybe my window was open. It's not. You heard that right. I need to check my cameras. You know what? That might be Little Man. He's upstairs. That's definitely Little Man. It sounded like it was coming from out front, though. No, but you can hear the frogs. Frogs are rather loud tonight and every night. All right, what have I been making for the past 7 days? I made random stuff. I feel like I made more than this. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think that I am. I think I showed you everything I finished. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Okay, so last week, before we left, so yeah, it was we left last Thursday to drive down to Florida. And Wednesday night I was having travel anxiety like I often do, and I'm like, I need to do something because I had just finished my shawl that I will show you in a minute. And so I came in here and I'm like, I want to make something quick and easy, and so I decided I was going to knit a hat. And I pulled out clearance yarn. This is Impeccable Stripes that I got on clearance for $2. And if I had my glasses on, I wouldn't have had to squint. But this is the color Cool Mint Stripe. Cool Mint Stripe. And this is what it looks like knit in a hat. I think it's a beautiful yarn. It's a really beautiful hat. I am really happy with the way that it turned out. I am going to tell you right off the bat, I prefer a crochet hat. Or no, I don't. Scratch that. I prefer a knit hat over a crochet hat every single time. I make lots of crochet hats and I just don't like them. I don't know why. When you knit a hat, it's like really super stretchy, so it wants to cling to your head a little bit, but like also there's more room in it for like a bigger head, or like it stretches to no end, right? I just like the material of a knit hat. Okay. And my knitting has improved so much over the years. It really has. And this pretty coloring. I just really, really like the color on this hat. So I did that. And I'm going to be real honest. It's going to go into my pile of hats that probably get donated eventually. I make a lot of hats just because I think it's fun, and then I end up with way too many hats. And then I grab a whole bunch of them and I donate them. And that's just how I do the donations for the hats. And honestly, I do that with all of my donations. When I have too many of crocheted or knit products, I swoop them up and I find places to donate them to. And I get asked that a lot. Like, what do you do with all the crap you make? Well, I have different sections of things that I do. So a lot of times my shawls, I don't wear shawls. So with the exception of like one or two that I really like, I donate all of my shawls. And I change where I donate them to. I change it up every single time. I have not donated to the same place twice. Blankets. I don't make a whole lot of blankets, so that's not really a huge issue, but I do have a stockpile of blankets. I have a pile for future grandbabies. On the odd chance I'm not around, if those grandchildren or children in my life are born after I have passed away. And I know that that's morbid, but 3 of my mother's grandchildren died after she died. Or no, they didn't die. Oh my God. I'm so tired. My brain is not functioning. 3 of my mother's grandchildren were born after she died. And had I not lost one of the babies, there would have been 4. Because I got pregnant soon after she passed away. And I lost that baby. Talk about a double whammy, right? And the same thing with my dad is like both of my sister's children were born after my dad died. And so I am very, very aware that I could pass away before my grandchildren are born. So I keep a stockpile and my kids know it's there. Like if there's babies born and you want a blanket, there's a stockpile. I also have some crocheted sweaters and stuff in there for babies, you know, just in case. Because little man was born after my mom passed away and I had nothing from her for him. And then my aunt gave me a baby blanket that my mom made for my godson when he was born. And then it was like I had something for my son from my mom, you know. And I didn't know how to crochet when he was born. I just learned how to crochet, 8 years ago? It was like 8 years ago. I learned how to crochet. Like, I knew how to crochet when I was a child. I've known the basics of crochet, but I mean, I didn't really learn to crochet and make things from outside of a pattern and make things. I could do very basic things. Like, I have made scarves and stuff in the past. I have always crocheted small things until about 8 years ago. So, with that, do you guys remember last week? I'm really sorry that I'm yawning, but I really don't want to work on Saturday or Sunday. And homeschool was really bad today. Like, it didn't go real well. And so I'm having to film in the evening. I'm way past where I really just would like to go to bed. But I also want to get a Monday's video up so that I can enjoy the weekend and not be stressed out that I don't have a Monday video, because that's just how my brain works. Alright, so last week, you guys remember we did the magic cake video and I made a magic cake from scraps? Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. I need to shoot up caffeine directly into my veins. I just do. I need a 12-hour energy followed up with a monster. And then, of course, I'll have a heart attack after that because my body doesn't like caffeine. But anyway, I turned the magic cake directly. As soon as I finished the magic cake, I turned it into a shawl. And this is what it looks like. It's a take on the Miss Libby shawl, but I just changed up the stitches a little bit. Oh, yawning again. I changed up the stitches a little bit. But it's the same V-style shawl. It's really pretty colors. I like the way all the colors work together. I think if I were to remake the cake, I would have left the pink out. Because I feel like the pink just stands out too much. And so if you took the pink out, like that, it looks more autumny. you know, or southwesterny or whatever. So, I mean, I made something useful out of it. It's pretty, it's useful. It will keep someone warm. It's a nice shawl. And yeah, one magic cake turned into a shawl, complete. So I finished that. I'll put that over there with the rest of my stuff. And then I started on the shawl. It's not even a shawl, it's a wrap. It's kind of like the what is the most recent wrap I did? This one? The Granny Spice wrap. It's kind of like this. However, I'm doing it with a really super thin yarn, so it's taking me forever. And every 10 rows or so, instead of doing the granny stitch, I'm doing the V stitch. So it's a chunk of granny, chunk of V, chunk of granny, chunk of V, and it's all on the diagonal. And because it's like a thin yarn, it's taking me forever, and I'm not really liking the yarn that I'm working with. The yarn itself is fine. It feels fine. It's working out beautifully, but I don't like the colors that I mix together a whole lot, and like my heart is not in it at all, and I want to be doing 8 other things. So because of that, I took a break to make a tutorial for the ghosties with the mosties. All right, so you guys saw this one, and no, I haven't weaved my ends in yet. Matter of fact, while we're sitting here, we're just gonna pull them in so that we're not looking at them, because I know that drives some of you crazy. Like, just weave your ends in. Can't you just weave your ends in? Because I'm lazy, okay? Get busy doing the next project. Now the problem is with these, I made the blue one as a prototype, and then I did the tutorial one, and then immediately after the tutorial one, I made 2 more. So that is mostly the problem, is I just kept making ghosties and then didn't take the time to weave them in there. That's mostly done. Okay, so this is Ghosty with the Good Sheets, made out of Premier Bloom Chenille, or whatever that stuff is called. I think it's really cute to have a flowery ghost. I just think she's adorable. I kind of want to make a bunny rabbit out of this yarn, but I don't have enough to make a bunny rabbit, which means I'm going to have to buy some more. But that's not in the funds right now because I just bought yarn from Joann's. So sometime in the future, I would love to make a bunny out of this. I just think she would be so stinking cute. All right, and then for the tutorial, I made, and I'm going to weave in the ends. Hang on. I'm just taking a crochet hook and I'm pulling the ends into the body because I said so. That's what I feel like doing. Kind of like maneuvering this down. So I made the one for the tutorial, and while I was making the one for the tutorial and while I was filming the tutorial, I posted the flower one on YouTube for the members and be like, hey, look what we're doing. And then the members were excited. And don't come at me in the comments that we all deserve to have the same content as the members, because no, you don't. There are some people that get so like, we deserve it too, like, we're loyal. Okay, but they're literally paying for extra content. Like, I know that you want to see everything, and I love you for wanting to see everything, but honestly, he does that so loud it drives me crazy. You can't tell it's not on purpose. I do give the members special benefits because they pay for it. Okay? I wouldn't feel right if they paid for memberships and then I didn't give them extras. I just wouldn't. So they got to see the blue one before everyone else. But while we were doing that, I was making this one. And then some of the members were like, oh, but that would be cute in a glow-in-the-dark yarn. So guess what I did? Immediately after this, I made this one. And immediately after that one, I made one with yellow sheets because it's hilarious and it made me laugh, okay? So this is the one from the tutorial. Now the one, I desperately need new eyes. I want bigger eyes than these. These are, I don't even know how big these are. I have a whole bunch of little eyes, but I don't use the little eyes. Like, I don't like the little eyes. And then I have a bunch of noses and more little eyes. I want, like, the big eyes, you know? So this one has gold eyes. This one has green eyes, which they're so pretty. Look at his little ruffly skirt. I'm so glad during the tutorial I put extra ruffles in there because I really like the way that looked. He's so cute. And because this yarn is so stiff, he is like, he stands up. I mean, they stand up too. She's got a little bit of a puff bottom, but like he is like sturdy. And then this one, we're gonna go lights out for a minute, okay? Glows in the dark. This is a black light. You know what's right on him. Oh, we missed a spot. See, he glows in the dark. Ooh. He glows way better than that. If I put him in the sun and then I bring him in the room. But he's cute. He's a smaller version of the Ghostie. I just did less rows because I had less yarn. I honestly was making it bigger than this, and then I ran out of yarn. And I had to frog it all the way back to the beginning to make him smaller. And so I made his body like really smaller. He's like a 2 rows smaller. And then made him shorter so that I could finish him. And then I didn't have enough to do the bottom, so I used the leftovers from this to make the bottom. So this center part doesn't actually glow. The rest of him on the top does though. And he's got pink eyes. Isn't he cute? And then last but not least, we have the ghost with the pea stain. Because I wanted to make a yellow one for the yellow sheets or the yellow stain sheets because I'm just stupid and I think that's funny, okay? I just think it's funny. And so I wanted to just make a yellow ghost, but then I ran out of the yellow yarn and I had to finish him with the white yarn from this ghost from the tutorial. And now he just looks like a flower. So he's a flower ghost. He's spooky, but he's pretty at the same time. I still think he's cute. He also has pink eyes because that's all I had left. And now I am out of the big eyes. And I really wish he had even bigger eyes. Like, he would be so cute. I should have just crocheted him some eyes, but I was tired at this point and I just wanted to be done. And that is all that I have crocheted for the week. But my favorite thing is the Ghosties. I had a lot of fun with those. They were my favorite thing to make this week, and I really, really like playing with the glow-in-the-dark yarn. He is made with the chenille yarn from Lion Brand, the chenille glow-in-the-dark yarn, and there's not even 100 yards in that ball. I ordered some more glow-in-the-dark yarn from Joann's. It's the same Lion Brand yarn. It's not the chenille because they came out with pink and blue, baby blue, and I need them in my life. I have the white, and I had the purple at one time, but I turned the purple, I made the purple into something, and I don't for the life of me remember when I made the purple, but I know that I used it on something. And I have the non-chenille over there in white, so if I get the blue and the pink from Joann's like I ordered, and then I have the 2 white over there, I could essentially make like a cowl or a wrap or something in glow-in-the-dark yarn for like Halloween night. I don't know that I will, but I'm trying to get him all exposed so he lights up and he's glowing a little bit. I'm trying to get his fin to glow. He's so cool. Ooh! I got this from my pin of it. Disney After Dark. Because a lot of the pins at the pin of it either glowed in the dark or they fluoresced with a black light. And we have more yarn to put in the scrap pile. Now, what's going on for the upcoming week? I ordered yarn from a small yarn dyer / LYS, and I'm waiting to hear whether she ships my stuff out or not. She's not been real responsive, so I'm not real geeked about that. I wanted to, like, I was really excited about her yarn. I've been following her for a long time, and I was finally able to buy some of her yarn, and it has been well over a week, and I had no contact from her, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, that's the worst thing, is when you put money into a company and then you don't hear back from them. It's like the absolute worst. So there's that. But I did place an order with Joann's. I picked up part of the order because Joann, I'm going to complain about Joann's real quick. The little man's going in and out of the house. It's dark out. What's on Joann's app and what is on Joann's website is two very different things. So I went on Joann's app to place an order, and they were saying some things were in stock and some things were not in stock at my local store. So I was like, fine, I'm going to put everything to ship. And then I didn't have my credit card on me. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to wait until the morning and I will place the order with my credit card because it's downstairs. And so I come downstairs, and then they're telling me this is not in stock with Joann, all of Joann's. This is not in stock, all of Joann's. But everything else is. So these can be picked up at your local store, but nothing else. Like, it was all over the place. This is at your, and it kept changing in the app. It just kept changing. And I'm like, and this has happened to me before with their app. Their app is so inaccurate. I don't know why they can keep up with the website and not the app. I don't understand it. It's frustrating. And so I placed the order. Part of it is for pickup and part of it is for shipping. And I had a coupon for $1.99 shipping, which they were trying to charge me $8 for shipping. So that saved me quite a few dollars. And everything was on sale that I bought. And then Joann's does this really stupid thing where they're like, oh, we're going to give you a coupon 5 off of $10, which is a pretty decent coupon. And a 50% off one item coupon. But the 5 off of 10 is only for the day you placed your order. So when you come to the store to pick up your order, you can use the 10 off, the 5 off of 10. I'm like, that means I got to go in. I wasn't dressed. And so I was like, hey, Mr. Cinnamon, can you run in and see? Because some of my cinnamon buns in the Facebook group were telling me about a yarn that I really have been looking for. And it's telling me, like, it won't even show me the yarn in the app. I searched for the yarn. They're like, yeah, we don't know what this yarn is. Nothing found. In 2 seconds, Mr. Cinnamon found the yarn on the internet, not in the app. It says they have a bunch in stock. I was like, all right, well, since you're clearly dressed and I'm clearly undressed, like, I'm wearing pajamas, I had no undergarments on, I'm not going in the store. I was like, can you just run in and see if they have any of this specific yarn? And he's all, yeah, I'll run in. And I was like, if they do, just video chat me. And he was like, all right, he video chat me. Not only did they have it, they had a bunch of it and a couple of different colors I didn't know about. And so I was like, okay, can you give me this color, this color, this color, and this color? Because I had 5 off of 10 and a 50% off. And so I saved $10. Because it was 5 off of 10 and then 50% off the one item, which was $10. So I saved $10. And which is kind of like buy 3 get 1 free, which is not that great of a deal, but I really wanted that yarn for a yarn review and a yarn comparison, because the one who recommended me the yarn that they have it at Joann's, you already know what yarn it is. I showed a yarn that is almost identical from the UK to the yarn from Joann's. So we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with that. I'm going to show you and give you my opinions on all that. I haven't even opened the bag. I have not touched the yarn. I have not looked at it. Mr. Cinnamon bought it, tied the bag, brought it out, and I drove us home because I decided to drive. Because I have been a very nervous Nelly lately and I just felt better driving. My anxiety's crazy lately. It's just, so much is going on. Like, my anxiety's through the roof, and I didn't even want to leave the house. I'm gonna be real honest. I did not want to leave the house, but I knew that we needed to. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna drive. And I wasn't gonna take anybody. I was just gonna go by myself. And then the boys wanted to come, and Juju's at work, so she should be home any minute now. She picked me up some stuff at her work because they gave her today only they gave a employee discount of 50% at her work, and I like her work, so I was like, can you pick me up X, Y, and Z and I will slide you the money, because she can't use my credit card and use her discount, but she can use her credit card and her discount, and then I just pay her back, and I'm perfectly fine with that. She bought me something that she wanted me to have for a while, and now it's 50% off, so I was like, well, can you also pick me up something else, because I needed it because it ran out. I didn't need it, but it was something I wanted, you know. So, also Joann's has some new colors of Halloween yarn, but also like non-Halloween yarn. So I saw this, and this is not a Halloween. It's darker than that. I was like, tell me that's not vampire blood. And it's not a Halloween colorway. And on top of that, they had this one. Tell me that's not a Halloween colorway. And it's not a Halloween color. Tell me that ain't Halloween, right? They also had a green one that was like this, and I was like, oh, the green and the purple, but then also like the red and the purple. I mean, I will show you that in more depth on another day, but because I ordered more than just that. And that's not the yarn I'm doing a review for. That is this, which I will show you in a different video this week, because we're going to do a whole yarn review. There's going to be a lot of video on Add Dark. Just, I can feel it. The first 2 weeks of homeschool went really, really well, but this week, because there's been so much going on with life, Monday I scheduled as no school because we were going to be traveling. Tuesday I canceled school because we were tired and my brain was not there, and I needed to sleep in, and my body was really hurting and a lot of pain. And then I had the mammogram this week. I had the neck x-ray this week. We had the car crash this week. All of the other crap that's going on has made homeschool really, really difficult this week. And I have not enjoyed it, and he has not enjoyed it. And the first 2 weeks were fantastic. Just this week was bad. And so I'm hoping this upcoming week, I'm hoping we can get back into the groove and just it be a lot easier. I say it was bad, but we got a lot done this week. Even though there was chaos, he finished his first chapter in science. And so we're a week ahead in science because the first 2 weeks went well and he really enjoys science. So we're a week ahead in science. So next week, because we've done all next week's work, I'm going to give him a workbook for science. So I'm kind of excited about that because the science is seriously lacking in the program that I'm participating in, the curriculum that I purchased. So I am doubling up the science because he really enjoys it, and I really want to feed his thirst for knowledge in the science arena. He doesn't even mind social studies. Like, he's doing pretty good with that. English is hit or miss. I don't like English. I hate it. Juju loves it. He does not enjoy English a whole lot. He understands it, but he's not enjoying it, which of course makes a struggle. And math, he's so smart. He's so good at math. He can calculate things in his head at a speed I can't comprehend. And so when I'm having him do the math problems, his brain is moving too fast, and he's having a hard time keeping track of he's doing multiplication of like 3 numbers by 2 numbers, or 3 numbers times 3 numbers. And because there's all those layers where you have to do like the first numbers and then the second numbers and add them, and then sometimes you do the third layer of numbers and then you have to add all 3 of those to get the equation. Because he's having to do the different steps, he keeps losing track of where he's at in the math problem, and he's getting frustrated because his brain is going faster than his hands are writing, and he's calculating it, and then he's on to the next problem calculating that one he already forgot before he wrote down the number he's supposed to write down. So we had to do a magic trick that I taught myself in middle school, high school, and I have a multicolored pen. I think I have an extra one in here. Yeah. I stole these from my niece, okay? They're from her college. And I do the top part of the math problem in one color, and then I do each number of the next part of the so I'll show you. case anyone else out there has a special needs child who struggles with this kind of stuff. All right, so I write the first 5, 7, 3 times 127. I do the math problem like this, and so you have to times 7 times 3, then 7 times 7, then 7 times 5, and then you write that number here in green, and then when you go to the next number to times this by this by this, we change it to pink, and we write the pink below that, and then we do purple, and we write the third in purple down there, and that way when he goes to add it up, all the colors, because he writes really sloppily. Juju's home. Is Juju home and she can't get you because I locked the door? It's locked. I let him out. So I figured by doing the color coding, it made him stay on task easier because he keeps changing the pen color, but also he has something to fidget with by clicking the different colors while he's thinking. And then it's easier for him because if you write down, I'm not going to math this out because my brain's not working. And the numbers I'm writing makes 0 sense. Okay, so when he's adding up the equation, I just wrote random numbers, okay? When he's adding up the equation of the times, each one of these lines is separate here because very often he's writing them and they're kind of like all over the place. They're not lined up so that he can't clearly see. And then if I need to, I go down and I write lines in between like this so he can see what numbers he's supposed to be adding up. And also when he's carrying a number, okay, so like when he's carrying the green, like 7 times, if it's like a number that you have to carry the 1 or something, and he writes the 1 up there, the 1 is in green, so he knows he only adds that when he's doing that set of numbers, if you get what I'm saying. And I told him today, because we really got into it today, because he did not want to do nothing. He was fighting me every step of the way. I'm like, dude, I know that this is difficult for you because I understand my brain works the same way as yours. We have to do it this way, and then we have to like work on this together. And I've lost my temper and cool with him so many times, and I'm trying to be the perfect mom and the perfect teacher, but I now really, really, really understand why he needs individualized teacher attention. And being one of 30 in a classroom does not work for an ADHD child, especially when they have it as bad as he has it. And unless I hire a private teacher or a private tutor, it is all on my shoulders to get this done. And I'm feeling the weight of it very heavily this week because everything else seems to be crumbling down around me. So because of that, I bought yarn, and I haven't got paid as of this video, so I bought yarn I probably shouldn't have bought because I haven't got paid yet. I will get paid by the time you see this video, so that's not an issue at all, but sometimes I buy stuff to make myself feel better. And did I need it? No. But it made me feel better, and it cheered me up a little bit, and I'm really looking forward to opening this bag because I only saw these through the video. I have not opened the bag yet. I have not seen them. I have not touched them. I mean, I stuck my finger in the hole, but you can't really tell a whole lot from that. But I'm really super excited about that yarn specifically. And hopefully my Joann's order that I have shipped to me comes very quickly. But if not, that will be a next week video. But just know it was all placed on the same day. It's not like I ordered 5 orders from Joann. It was all part of one order, but like because Joann's is the way it is, we don't know what's actually in the store. We don't know what's actually like. The app is driving me crazy. In other news, I also news. not nudes. I also, and I admit this knowing that I probably will get backlash, I registered to vote for the first time in my entire life this year. And sitting on, in this paper that I'm not going to show you because it has personal information on it, is my absentee voting ballot. I am, for the first time in my entire life, going to vote. I'm not going to get into any more detail than that because I went into that in the members video. And sometimes when you talk about politics, people voice their opinion very loudly. And I don't talk politics on the channel because I know that people think that their belief system is the only way. And if you don't believe exactly what they believe, you are wrong. And they will argue to the death. I have so many family members like that. Mostly Mr. Cinnamon's side of the family. And he cannot talk politics with anyone. Least of all me. Because we have very different political beliefs. With that being said, I am very excited to vote for the very first time in my life. And so I got really excited when first of all, I registered a couple months ago and I was scared. I was scared to register to vote. I was scared because I've never done it. And that's why I chose to do absentee ballot, because I've never done it and I don't want to go in there and look stupid and feel stupid that I'm 45 years old and I've never voted before. I don't know how to work this thing. So I chose to do absentee ballot this year. I'm not going to mention any of my beliefs or who I'm voting for or what, anything, none of that. And I will not tolerate that behavior in my comments either, because I know that that sparks outrage and it sparks arguments. And so do not post anything political in my comments. I will delete them. But for a lot of reasons, I thought it was important this year to register to vote. And when I got my voter's registration card, I was like so proud of myself. And Mr. Cinnamon was not happy because he knows that me and him are not voting the same. He was not happy. And when I got this in the mail today, I was like, I'm excited to vote. I know that's so silly. And I know that there are people who are going to be like, you should have been voting all along. It is your right and your privilege as an American citizen. I know that. But it's also my right as an American citizen to not vote. And I've never been interested in politics. It's not my thing. I don't watch the news. I hate the news. I hate that, like, it seems like all the news organizations are liars at this point. And they're all, like, just making up stuff. Like, and you know it's true. Either side is making up stories, okay? And I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. And, you know, you don't have to agree with me. You do not have to agree with me. I'm not telling you any of this to change your mind on anything. I fully support you believing whatever you believe and feeling whatever you feel, because we all look at the world through our own lenses. And those lenses are formed from things that have happened to us, things we have experienced. And you cannot possibly live in somebody else's shoes or look through their lenses, because you're not going to see clearly, because you don't understand what they have experienced or what they have gone through in their lives, or why they feel the way they do, or why they feel so strongly about the things that they do. It's okay that people don't feel the same as you. You don't need to convince people. You don't need to argue with anybody. It's really not that serious. So any political talk in the, like, you can tell me good for you for voting. You can tell me that. Like, you can say you don't vote. If you don't vote, I don't care. Like, it's not that serious to me. But just no critical talk in the comments, and no, like, oh, well, if you don't vote for so-and-so, you're an idiot. None of that, please. None of that. We don't need any of that in this world. We really don't. And if you're not in America and you really don't care about who we vote for, you can put that too. I don't care who you're voting for. I'm not American. God bless the UK. God bless South Africa. Like, whatever. God bless Australia. I'm kind of one of those people that I wish that there was some sort of, like, utopia where, like, we all just lived, you know, I know that that's not possible, and that will never be, because people are greedy and people are, you know, opinionated and all that. But wouldn't it be nice if we just lived in a utopia where, like, nobody cared about things that much, and, like, everything was calm and peaceful, and, you know, we could all live our own lives without being criticized or judged, or, you know. That's what I wish for. That's why I want my farm. I want my farm. I want my land. I want to go live peacefully somewhere, not be bothered by anybody else. It is the strangest thing in the world to be so socially, like, I'm a social butterfly on the internet with you guys, and, like, I feel comfortable with you guys, but in real life circumstances, like, people, ill people. Don't get away from me. I don't like people. Yeah. So, I would like to know what you guys are working on this Monday. What have you made in the past 7 days, give or take? Please share that with me. That does inspire me. And I really like when you guys post pictures of stuff in the Facebook group and you're like, hey, look, I made a ghostie. I made a scarf. I'm like, whatever you guys are working on. I don't allow self-promotion, though. Like, if you have a channel and you're like, oh, come check out this pattern I just wrote. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That's not what that group is about. It's not like, come look at my channel. I have a channel too. I support that you have a channel, but I like the Facebook group to just be a conversation, you know, and for me to keep you guys up to date on my news and what's going on. And I got in a car accident. Hey, look, I posted it in the Facebook group first. Or I'm not going to be on tomorrow because I'm deathly ill. Or I went to jail because I beat up the neighbor. Yeah, put that in the Facebook group. I didn't go to jail. I've never been in jail. Before anybody gets any weird ideas. So, this week I am planning on just finishing that wrap that I'm working on that I told you about. And I really need to get out of the house this weekend. I know it's Monday for you, but it's Friday for me. So I still have the whole weekend ahead of me. I really would like to get out of the house this weekend and just go be in nature, breathe. Update on, I don't think I told the Facebook member, or the Cinnamon Bun members here, the YouTube members. I don't think I told you, I got my results back on my mammogram. Mammogram is clear. I got my results back on my neck x-ray, and there is deterioration between the 5th and 6th vertebrae. And he recommends either physical therapy or chiropractor or both, or a combination of the two. He has given me refills on the medicine he has given me for my neck. And yeah, I just have to figure out when in my schedule I can actually go to physical therapy, because the way this past week went, I'm not going to be able to squeeze it in. With little man being home from school and being homeschooled, I can't take him to physical therapy with me. He's only 10. He can't stay home alone. Juju's been working all kinds of hours. I don't know when I'm going to be able to get into physical therapy. Battery died. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to get into physical therapy or even make the appointment. So I told them, because they called today, and I told them, I was like, I got to call you back next week when I have a better look at my schedule, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to fit it in. And I know that it needs to be done, and I know that I need to make it a priority, but I wish I had more time in my day. And I just don't. There's just not enough hours in my day. So I gotta wait and see what next week looks like. Get together with Juju and see what her schedule looks like, and see if she can keep an eye on her brother. Like, go to physical therapy, figure out how many days I have to go to physical therapy, or how often I need to go to physical therapy. Then I have to try to get into a chiropractor and see if they can pop my neck to at least take some of the pressure off, because the nerves are what's causing the issues with my arms. So that's fun. I also had to get rid of my triangle pillow because I can't sleep on it anymore because like, and my neck is hurt. And what's funny is it started with just my arms. I mean, I've been having problems with my neck for a while. Like it keeps like getting stuck and I can't turn it and it would just freeze on me. So I didn't equate that the arms had anything to do with the neck issues. But because there is deterioration of the vertebrae, there is a nerve being pinched somewhere, which is causing my arms to feel heavy and painful. So, yeah, we went through the Sonic drive-thru tonight to get Mr. Cinnamon a soda and Little Man a shake. And I turned, and my left arm is the weakest and the one I'm having the most problems with, even though the issues are on the right side of my neck. I went to go grab the cup from the Sonic drive-thru guy, and I had to hurry up and grab it with 2 hands, or else I would have dropped it, because I can't do anything with my left hand. I can't lift cups. That's how weak my left arm is. So, you know, hopefully that's all of my problem, because I really suspect that's not all of the problem that's going on in my body, but hopefully I can find time to get into physical therapy and we can get that worked on and do all those lovely things, you know. So this week what we really are looking forward to, me personally, is looking at this yarn in the bag, because it looked so pretty over the phone. And I have set a goal to do more tutorials on the channel, and we're going to be doing more tutorials on the channel. If you haven't noticed, we've done one for the past 2 weeks. I want to do more tutorials throughout the year instead of doing like Premiere Week or doing like Mary Maxim Week or doing Lion Brand Week. I just want to do more tutorials. I would love to do 1 tutorial a week, but I know that that is going to be impossible some weeks. Especially if I make big things. But I really would like to make, I have a few ideas written down. I have a few ideas swirling for upcoming tutorials. It's going to be a mixture of like small things, big things. It's going to be a mixture of everything. Amigurumi, wearables, hats, like whatever. It's just going to be a bunch of different tutorials. I don't make a whole lot of blankets, but I was thinking about on an occasion throwing a blanket into the mix and teaching you guys new stitches and stuff along with the blankets. And yeah, that's what we're thinking about doing. And I think that is it for today. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go upload this video. I'm going to take my medicine and I'm going to go promptly to bed because I'm exhausted. As you can tell by me yawning. I also have not eaten dinner, and I don't think I'm going to eat dinner because I don't feel hungry at all. I had a big lunch and I have not felt good since I ate lunch. So, yeah, and it's kind of late to eat dinner anyway. I don't even know what time it is. It's 9 o'clock. It is past my bedtime. It is definitely past my bedtime. So, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a fantastic start to your week. Let's all pray that this week is better than last week for me. And, yeah. Let's just get through this week together, shall we? And we're definitely going to have a yarn review coming up this week because you'll see why. And I really think this weekend I would like to spin some yarn because I haven't done that in a couple weeks. And even though my arm is still giving me a lot of problems, I feel like I should probably be able to spin with my right hand. And I really have been wanting to spin. I want to make some Halloween colors, I think. So, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.